This episode may contain explicit language. It's time for New Year's resolutions.
Look, I'm a crazy person. I have parenting resolutions. I have personal resolutions. I have couple resolutions.
I have a hard time sticking to them. I am not a great long-term thinker. But with all that said, I want to evolve.
So what are we thinking about, my friend? Because you mentioned it was an ancient Chinese
Yes.
thingamajigs.
You know, I love to set goals and do things, but I also think like the key to happiness is really low expectations.
Yeah.
You design your own punch cards for things you want to do. And so I decided we would do that this year. So I have my little like go on morning walks, but that means I'm getting up like an hour earlier, which I'm not really a morning person. So I'm like, okay, if I punch all my cards, then I'll get a coffee.
One of the things that I really want to focus on is more family adventures and experiences.
Welcome to Care and Feeding. We're here to talk about the ups, downs, and everything in between when it comes to parenting. I'm Elizabeth Newcamp. I write the homeschool and family travel blog, Dutch Goose. I'm the mom to Henry, who's 13, Oliver, who's 11, and Teddy, who's 9, and we live in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Hello. I'm Lucy Lopez. I do not live in Hawaii, although I wish I was there with my friend. I live in Miami, Florida. I'm mother to Amelia, who's 15, Avery, who's 13. And yeah, the new year is kicking off, buddy.
I'm Zak Rosen. I am here in Detroit, where it is not anything like Miami or Hawaii. I host another show. It's called Weirdly Helpful. I am daddy to Noah, who's 8, Ami, who's 5, and Yuki the puppy, who's at my feet, and she's 6 months.
Well, we're just 3 friends with kids who meet up every week to talk about our lives, offer advice, and generally try to support each other through this weird thing we call parenting.
Today we are in 2026. This is actually the first time we're seeing each other since 2025. So we're sharing our New Year's resolutions with each other. Are resolutions bullshit? We're about to find out. Maybe, but they're fun to make anyway, and I cannot wait to hear Zak's. So let's get into it, baby.
Welcome back. It's time for New Year's resolutions. Zak, you want to go first?
Sure. I am not a big resolution man. I find them kind of, I don't know. I have a hard time sticking to them. I am not a great long-term thinker. I find the kind of culture around, people performing that stuff to be obnoxious. Not all people, but I'm saying like there's a certain kind of like performative resolution thing that I don't like. But with all that said, I want to evolve, and there's something in particular that I have been dancing around for years now, and especially now in the wake of. You might remember this fall, I was in a bike accident. I broke my elbow, broke my rib. I'm still recovering, so I haven't really been able to do proper workouts or work out the way that I used to. So I've been feeling kind of, I've been on the DL, and I'm not old. Well, I don't know. It's all relative. I'm gonna be 42. I'm feeling myself age, and I'm feeling I'm feeling myself entering the next chapter, and I've been trying to figure out like what can I do to kind of get back on the exercise horse, but do it sustainably, and also just do something that isn't just like I love Peloton, but I want something for my soul too, is what I'm thinking.
So what are we thinking about, my friend? Because you mentioned it was an ancient Chinese
Yes.
thingamajigs.
I've been thinking about Tai Chi for some time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And like
that
now,
matches your personality.
I agree. Tai Chi for you seems like
it's
a no-brainer.
It's meant to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you found a group? Have you?
I found a group. I haven't gone yet. I've been doing some like YouTube Tai Chis and reading Lou Reed, the guy from Velvet Underground. He like Tai Chi kind of saved his life, and I read this book about his relationship with it and found it very inspiring. And there's a place out in Ferndale, which is like a 20-minute drive from me, which I don't love. What I loved about Peloton is that I could just go down to the living room and bang it out. But I need to kind of get over the threshold of, all right, it's a little inconvenient, you don't know anyone there. There's also like a million moves. It's like a very kind of complicated thing, and yet there is a kind of basic simplicity to, I think, the introductory stuff. So now that I've said it out loud to someone beyond Shira, yeah, you're gonna be my
Lucy and I are
accountability
gonna hold you
buddies.
to it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start Tai Chi.
I think you should walk around too and like look in the parks in the morning because I will say that when we travel, the two things I see people do everywhere we've ever been, Tai Chi in the park in the morning and running.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't think I've been anywhere and not encountered somebody doing some Tai Chi. So I feel like in addition to going to the group, you should also just like in the morning keep your eye out because maybe you just need like.
I will. No one's outside though in Detroit.
Oh,
right
that's true.
But in the
No
spring,
one's touching. Maybe at the Y
but in the spring there might be some people outside.
Right?
Yeah, no, really.
There's some elder in your neighborhood doing it who's looking for a buddy.
A group of friends of mine actually do practice together, but they do it on Shabbat evenings. So if they ever switch their time, I will go with them. But I feel like I'm going to go to this place. It's a school. They have a schedule, and
you should definitely go. Yeah.
And then learn some basics, and then I can go and look for the park people, which sounds.
Or
great
you
to me
could
too.
go be the park person.
Some people who study Tai Chi also are into Taoism.
Yes.
Might study Taoism as part of, their belief. There's an amazing book that I highly recommend. It's called The Tao of Pooh.
The best.
And it's the explanation.
Talk about a parenting book.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's explaining Taoism through Winnie the Pooh.
It's a great book.
I really, really hope that you use that as something that you can read right before you walk into Tai Chi, because I think I would just be like the cherry on the Sunday.
Tai Chi's really good for kids. They used to do some at school.
Here, this is from the Tao of Pooh, just because we're on the subject. There are things about ourselves that we need to get rid of. There are things we need to change. But at the same time, we do not need to be too desperate, too ruthless, too combative, along the way to usefulness and happiness. Many of those things will change themselves, and the others can be worked on as we go. The first thing we need to do is recognize and trust our own inner nature and not lose sight of it. Yeah, the Tao of Pooh. Gotta pick that up again. Thanks, Lucy.
It's so good.
Me too.
Especially if you're walking into that Tai Chi life. That'll be a cool little reading.
I think you should show up with the book.
In the Winnie the Pooh outfit, just t-shirt, no pants.
Hi. Red shirt, no
I'm
pants.
ready.
Guys, I'm ready.
This isn't the uniform?
Oops.
So that's my big one.
I love it.
And I'm hesitant to even call it a resolution, but I guess it's a resolution.
All right, Lucy.
Okay, so I think I've been feeling like this for like a couple of months now, and I think I hit my stride over this long winter break with the kids. And look, I'm a crazy person. I have parenting resolutions, I have personal resolutions, I have couple resolutions, all of it for me to remind myself on a daily basis, and I'd like to share something with you guys.
Let's go.
So this is my
Okay, hold it closer so we can see it.
No, I don't want to show it off too much, but this.
Wait, but why won't you keep that on the screen?
Because I'm scared, because I'm also crazily suspicious. I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious about showing off all my
somewhat
goals
stitious.
in 26, right? But either way, one of the things that I really want to focus on is more family adventures and experiences, right? And we all know that if you have the opportunity to travel outside of your home or just leave on a weekend with the kids, like it just brings everybody together. It you refocus on what's important for you and your family and your kids and all the things, right? But as of lately in our home, we've just been doing a lot of activities, like physical activities that maybe in the past we just really didn't do because we're a bunch of creatives in this house. So our version of physical activity is like, hold this camera while I do a flip and sing a song from Greece, right? And that's our physical activity. That's what we do. But as of late, we've all just been on this journey of just being more active, right? And I know I shared with you guys last year how much I love pickleball. Um, but I love it more when I'm playing with the girls. And we went out, and every morning we would lock in the courts for free at our local park, but you just have to sign up and put your name on the list. And we were playing lots of pickleball. We were playing murder ball. We were playing riding our bikes all over town. If we went over to my cousin's house, we did the same thing there. And it was just like constantly, like, everybody was off their devices. Nobody was just It was just a lot of, like, sounds cheese, but like wholesome fun with my kids and my husband and the family and yada yada.
And everyone's into it?
All of us are into
Oh,
it.
so
All
cool.
of us. It's something that I'm like, I never thought we'd find one thing that we'd all love this much. And we have like a family 4-pack of paddles. We have the balls. We wear, there's shorts that we wear so we can, keep balls on the side of our legs. So when we're up to serve, I already have one. And we have a little bit of a rivalry going on, a fun rivalry. And I just want to focus this year on more family adventures and experiences. More kayaking, more snorkeling, more doing things that I know that we all love to do, and making time for it. And the number one thing that right now is like the star of the house has been, we're all sharing a calendar. We're at that age right now where everybody has access to the family calendar. It's not just something on the side of the fridge. It's not just a sticky note. Like, it's in everybody's phones now. And we're gonna go play pickleball on Saturday. We can't really do it during the week because the girls are so busy. However, we've substituted with walking every night. We all do a big walk around the neighborhood.
After dinner?
Yeah, after dinner. Amelia has dubbed
That's
it
so
the fart
nice.
walk.
Yes. Oh my God, the family fart walk?
The family fart walk, where we
That
just
is
leave
an
the
I think
house
that's a book title.
right after dinner. We go on a family fart walk. We talk about our day. We talk about what we want to do tomorrow, all the things.
How long is that typically, the family fart walk?
Oh, the family fart walk, Zach, is about anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes.
And how many farts was that?
Oh my God, at least 2 each.
Okay. Okay, so 8 farts, 15 minutes. Okay, so fart every 30 seconds. I'm crunching the numbers here.
Another parenting resolution. So that's one. Family focused adventures, experience, activities, like just keeping our bodies moving, is Gino and I both want to try to spend 10 minutes with each kid doing what they're doing. Not planned by me, not planned by him, but if, for example, yesterday Amelia was practicing her guitar in the garage, Gino went out to the garage to go spend 10 minutes with her while she did that. And I came upstairs just to watch Avery put on makeup because that's what she likes to do. I'm trying not to like bum rush the moment. I'm just like, oh, can I hang out with you? And they're like, yeah. And I just sit there and watch her put on makeup.
You come
And
in with your
eventually
timer.
somebody
You're
says
like,
something to me. Yeah.
here's your 10
10-minute
minutes.
timer. But I'm really trying. We're really trying that.
I
No,
love
I
that. Where did
love
that come
that.
from?
My cousin Stephanie, who is a child and family therapist, said that is like the thing she wants to try out this year. She highly recommends it for parents who either travel a lot for work or are not around their kids too much because they work very hard all day and night. And it's like 10 minutes just doing what your kid is doing. Not homework, not laundry, none of that shit. Just what are they doing? Go sit with them
You're
for 10
being
minutes.
into their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like she goes, they'll eventually divulge everything you want to hear.
Yep.
Or you can sit in 10 minutes in their space, don't have to talk, just watch what they're doing. Not a big deal. So we're trying that. We're trying that really hard. I don't know how long it's going to last. I'm being real. But so far so good.
Great.
Love it.
It's great.
I think those are really nice.
Really nice. Let's be honest, life gets messy, families fight, coworkers overstep, partners do weird stuff in bed. Luckily, Slate's advice columnists have seen it all. Sign up for the free Slate Advice newsletter and get our latest takes on sex, parenting, money, and every moral gray area in between, plus exclusive bonus letters delivered straight to your inbox. Subscribe now at slate.com/advice.
I like Zach. Also, I find New Year's resolutions like very, I love to set goals and do things, but I also think like the key to happiness is really low expectations.
Yeah.
So I decided, well, there's also this issue of like January is like a cold time usually. I mean, it's not cold here, but it feels like sort of like winter being the time to start something new feels kind of weird because it feels more like a time where you should be like cozy and introverted. And then like spring is like about setting new things, which I think is like sort of more aligned with kind of your Chinese calendar. But anyway, so I think some years I've been very anti-resolution, but on the same hand, I love like a clean slate. So I've been seeing these. Have you guys seen the like punch cards that are, I think they're sort of viral on TikTok and things like this, where you design your own punch cards for things you want to do. And so I decided we would do that this year because to me, it seems very like, the sort of idea of like a SMART goal, which is that it's like actionable and it's measurable and you can, okay. So we sat down, I cut like little card, this is watercolor paper, but I cut it into little like card shape. And then I just put out all the art supplies and we all made these little cards, which I'll go through. And then I have like a little basket and it's got a hole punch in it. And so we just chose some things that we wanted to do this year. And then sort of like how many times we felt like would be a good SMART goal, like achievable. And then we sort of talked about which things were like doing them was motivation itself. So I think one of the kids said like they want to practice drawing, but like that doesn't necessarily need a reward, but something like for me, going on morning walks is one of mine. So I'll find that one. So I have my little like go on morning walks. But that means I'm getting up like an hour earlier, which I'm not really a morning person. So I'm like, okay, if I punch all my cards, then I'll get a coffee. So I like assign myself that I will like go out to a nice coffee. So I like assign myself a prize. But on other ones that don't really need, so like watercoloring is one of my things that I've said I wanted to do. So I like said, okay, I'm going to watercolor journal, but like doing that is something once I start, I love. I just have a hard time starting it. So we have these very cute punch cards. The kids' ones are just like adorable. Some of them got the activity more than others. So like here's Oliver's guitar. He got a guitar for Christmas and is taking guitar. So
Cool.
He did, if I practice guitar, let's see, 5 times, I get to buy a new guitar pick, which is like, that's great.
That's reasonable right there.
Really reasonable. That's what we talked about. Like, what is a reasonable little motivational reward? Teddy's are a little crazier. Like he wants to go to chess at the library, which is great. 5 times and win each time with a different move.
That's ambitious.
So, but I mean,
cool.
I think, he says he does this program called Lexia Core 5. And if he does that for 2 weeks, he's going to get a hot chocolate. But I think it was a really good practice in sort of saying like what's important to us this year? Like, where do we want to grow? What do we want to do that we kind of have trouble doing? So like I put FaceTime with friends on here because it's something that I love to do, but I don't always make the time to do it. And I'm very motivated by checking things off by like, oh, I have this many punches or I have this. So this seemed like a really good way to sort of set up some of these smaller goals. And it feels like no pressure. Like we said, if we don't finish, that's okay. It's okay. Like this is a good way for us just to see what we're doing that we love, or like if we set a goal to do something and then we don't do it, like what was the barrier to doing this thing that when we sat down and talked about not liking? So we did that and really enjoyed it. And it was really fun. We also filled out bingo cards. Have you ever done this? Like I printed from Canva just a 2026 bingo, and we wrote down some things that we hoped happened or like very specific adventures that we wanted to do. And then I've hung them all up in the hall. And for example, one of mine was like finish an old craft. And actually over the Christmas time, I had time to do that like in the last couple of days, just like so I got to like check that off. So we wrote some things we want to do, some things we just think will happen. Like we wrote down all the different kind of animals that are around here and spread those out on the board, and just kind of get to check those off as they happen. But some of them are things we can't control.
I love the bingo idea.
I'll send you, Zach, I'll send you the template because you just print it out and have the kids
Yeah, we'll
draw.
definitely do that.
Like some of them drew pictures. It was just fun. Like even if we never do it, just filling out a bingo card is super fun.
My girls and I, we always do vision boards every year, and it's usually the 2nd of January. That's like when we sit down at the dinner table and we just pull out all the crayons, and at one point I had to go, hey, this is not a wish list of things you want in 2026. Like this is about, what do you aspire to be in 2026? What kind of person do you want to be? Do you want to have more patience? Do you want to learn how to be a little bit more organized when it comes to schoolwork? Like things like that. And
yeah, it's an important distinction for sure.
Yeah, and I'll say this, like once I kind of threw that out there, it went quickly from a wish list to things they want to work on. And I was really proud of them because one of the biggest things in their whole vision board was which is sweet. They were like, I want to get closer to God. And I was like, that's so sweet. I don't know. And
yeah,
I
like
was like,
thought,
of course.
like thought out. Yeah.
Yes, so thought out. Yeah. Avery was like, can't you just baptize me in the pool?
After we did our vision board episode, I got a message on Instagram from a listener that said she was so excited that we had done an episode on this. And I think I had mentioned that we had a friend staying that does these like vision board.
Yes.
And she said she does that. Like she started vision boarding and now she got so into it that she pre-cuts things all year and then runs these workshops throughout the year. So I didn't know that was like existing out there. So if you're listening and you're thinking like, I'd love to do a vision board, but the work is too much. Like there are people out there running little vision boarding, like get together nights, and they bring all the stuff. So if this is something that sounds good to you, do that. I also want to say that these cards or the bingo cards would make an amazing, or vision boarding, right? Would make an amazing like reason to gather people. So if you and like an easy to host, like if you have markers and you have paper, you can host like a bingo, serve some cheese, serve some wine, whatever, or serve nothing, like have coffee, we were doing this outside in our backyard, and a bunch of the neighbors stopped by, and we were able to be like, come do this, like make a card. And it is such an easy entry. Because I do think like we talk a lot about friendship and loneliness here. And I think these are also good ways to like invite other people into your space.
Love it.
Love it.
Well, before we go, we got a voicemail, which is like our favorite, but this is a voicemail recommendation from a listener, and we wanted to share it with you.
Hello, Karen Feeding. Oh, I'm so excited to leave my first ever Karen Feeding voicemail recommendation. I absolutely love your show. I've listened to every episode, and you guys are doing great work. So I have a recommendation to share that I think other people would enjoy. My recommendation is for the holiday gift-giving season of whatever holiday you're doing. The recommendation is try to give your kids an accessory to the big gift that another sibling is receiving. So I have two children. I have a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. And the 7-year-old last Christmas, was getting a Barbie dream house. And so the 4-year-old, he loves the Ken dolls. And so he got it's a boy Chelsea doll, the younger sibling of Barbie. Funny story, the Barbie Chelsea, the boy does not have his own name. He's just called Boy Chelsea doll. which is hilarious. But he loved it, and it made him play with the older sibling's dream house because he felt invested in it. And then the 4-year-old, he was receiving a train set, a wooden train set. And so the 7-year-old, I just grabbed her one of the train cars and put it in her stocking with a figurine. And then she felt invested in his toy, and that encouraged them to play together. And I got more time on the couch with my coffee. So I love the show. I hope this gets on air. And I would call this buying an accessory to your other kid's gift. Thanks so much. Bye. Great job.
This is ingenious. I love that, the kind of dual investment in your kids' toys. It's such a simple gift audible. It's great. Thank you for sharing that.
Such a good idea.
If you have an update to share, or if you want to send us a question, you can email us at karenfeedingpod@slate.com. Leave us a voicemail, 646-347-9318, or you could even join our conversation in the Slate Parenting Facebook group.
And that's our show. Subscribe, leave a rating and review, and of course, tell your friends. If you want more parenting advice, check out Karen Feeding, the column on slate.com. This episode of Karen Feeding is produced by Cheyna Roth. Micah Phillips is our video producer. Mia Lobel is executive director of podcasts for Slate. And Ben Richmond is senior director of podcast operations. For Zak Rosen and Lucy Lopez, I'm Elizabeth Newcamp. Thanks for listening.
If you want more no-nonsense advice about parenting, relationships, money, and everything else life throws your way, sign up for the Slate Advice newsletter. A special thanks to our Slate Plus members. If you haven't already, consider joining. Slate Plus members get unlimited access to all of Slate's journalism and help support our independent reporting.